Big LEZ'S League, an all rugby league experience. Hello, welcome back to Big LEZ'S League, an all rugby league experience. We are fulfilling our promise. The drawing board is back and live on the YouTube. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. You don't miss out on any of these episodes for the drawing board. We've got Breaking Bread on the YouTube podcast as well. We are going to start adding in a few little bits and pieces of content, especially since we've only got one Origin game to go. That's pretty much going to be all the Origin content you're going to get, the Origin preview and review for the next one. So I thought that I would start to do a little bit of other content on the YouTube as well, which you'll see coming soon. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, subscribe to the YouTube. The Instagram's really taking off. Had a big month for the podcast as well from an Instagram perspective. So if you don't follow us on there, go ahead and follow us on their Instagram. It's Big LEZ'S League _. We do player concepts in other jerseys, talk about all the latest news, all that fun stuff. So go ahead and give that one a follow. Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. Make sure to subscribe on there. Plenty more exclusive content and breaking things down, news reactions, things like that, live on that Spotify podcast. So get stuck into that. But this is SuperCoach. We are going to be going through last week, going to be going through our score, and then going through the changes that we are making, if any, going into this round. So last week, round 16, we got 1,499. I wouldn't say the fluke of all flukes, but huge week for this footy side. Some big scores, some smaller scores, which I was really worried we were going to get a really low score, but guys like Herbie Farnworth pulled through. Guys like Pappy had a decent score. Isaiah Yongi with the 100 was outstanding. Had Mark Nwanganitawase with 136. 108 for Payne Haas, 83 for Terrell May, 76 for Tom Starling as well, really helped. 76 for Keelan Kalomatangi, really helped. Hugo Savala, 79. These sort of guys getting big scores. We didn't play Hynes when he got the 90 scoreline. I was spewing. We were sort of contemplating whether we were going to play Shibasaki or Nico Hynes because I could only use one of them with the other. My side was shaped bias, things like that. So we picked Shibasaki for some strange reason. Shibasaki still did well. He got 74. But Nico Hynes, the 90 scoreline there, that certainly hurt us a little bit. We could have got a bit of a higher score there, but we do not complain. Let's go into this week, though. Our projected score is 1,293. I think we easily get over that. Well, not easily get over that, and I probably just jinxed myself. But if players have big scores like they did last week, I think we can certainly get over that. Going into this week, the Roosters, for me, are the big ones. They obviously have the bye going into this weekend, along with the Dragons. So all of those, well, not Dragons, actually. I was just looking at Lockout Pacifica Tonga, who didn't get picked this week. Just the Roosters have the bye this week for us. So we have got all Roosters players coming out. Viliami Kikau's back in the side as well. He's got a 75 projected score, 27 break even. It's a good little buy, actually, for this sort of period too with the Dogs. I think they only have the one more buy. I could be wrong there. They might even have a lot more than that, actually, the Dogs, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go to the Dogs. I'm just getting their schedule up. Next few weeks, they have got... that's this week, round 17. They got Penrith into Broncos, Cowboys, Dragons, Seagulls, blah, blah, blah. They don't have a bye. They don't have a bye to the rest of the year. The Dogs. Gee, I'm dialed in. I'm switched on. I'm dialed in. They don't have a bye for the rest of the year. Pick up some Doggies players. I have got Viliami Kikau in here. I think it'd be a great little buy. A bit of a cheapy somewhat for a second row forward. Where's he sitting price-wise? 621. It's cheaper than a lot of the other guys, and he has a little bit of a decent work rate and score, and especially with the lower break even as well, in a high projected score. I think it might be worth having a little bit of a dive that way, especially if you've got a few injuries and buy things and just wanted to save a bit of cash around the side. He might be a good guy to downgrade to if you've got some expensive second row forwards. But Viliami Kikau's in this week. Didn't trade him in. I've had him for the past few weeks, but he's come back into the team after having the bye last week. Hugo Savala, it's pretty much a straight swap there with the Roosters having the bye. We do see Watson drop out of my 17 as well. Roosters with the bye, along with Tedesco and Mark Nwanganitawase. Could hurt us a little bit with the final score, but we obviously bring back a few guys into this team. We have got Lomax and Herbie Farnworth playing. I think Lomax was in my side last week, actually. Yeah, he did. He got 81. But we got good enough guys to sort of combat the guys jumping out. Lomax, Herbie Farnworth, who's been on an absolute tear at the moment with a low break even as well. Perfect time to snatch a Herbie Farnworth if you haven't already. Pappy is back this week as well. Obviously got Yongi there, who went very well last week. Bringing all these guys back into the side for the Roosters, guys. Certainly not making the same mistake as last week, and we can't because we've only got Jed Stewart and Jordan Samrani playing. Out of the rest of the guys we could pick for a purple jersey. So not going with those guys, obviously going with Nicho Hynes. I was just a little bit worried last week with Nicho Hynes and the high break even, the low scores that we've been seeing from him. I thought that we weren't going to see the same. Obviously stood up in that Sharks game, had a pretty decent contest, heavily involved, and got a high score there. So egg on my face, should have played him and not making the same mistake going into this week. Lycan King Tonga comes back after having the bye. He's back in the 17 as well. We've got Lockie Hubner and Corey Horsburgh to round out our bench. We've got Tom Starling at hooker, Terrell May and Payne Haas in the front row, Keon, Carrigan, Kickow. In the back row there, we've got Hughes and Metcalf in the halves. Hughes is my vice. Herbie's my captain, and in the centres with Lomax, Shibasaki and Ewan Aiken, who, by the way, great little pickup there 2 weeks ago. He's been going pretty well for me. Ryan Pappenhausen and Yongi in the fullback and flex positions. That is my team for the moment. No changes this week. We aren't making any trades whatsoever this week. It's a hold week. It's the first hold week we've had since the early rounds of the competition. I think we haven't had a hold round since like round 3 or 4 or something like that. It's sort of hard to think back to, but having the hold round this week, we want to obviously save our trades for a little bit later in the season. We've got 14 left, which isn't too bad, but I just want to save those for later. We don't have any boosts left. We've used all our boosts, so just saving those 14 trades for a special occasion as well. Worked very hard, made a lot of trades, panicked quite a bit this year already. I just don't want to fall into the trap that I have in previous years where I had to spam trades and then, I'm sitting in the, later rounds of the year and have no trades left. It's happened before. Don't want it to happen again. But yeah, look, that's where I'm sitting at the moment, in a pretty good spot. We've got $243,000 in the cap as well. So when it comes to actually making trades, we can make a big splash. I actually just don't know if I need to as of yet, and I just don't know who I want to grab out. Maybe a Lycan King Tonga will come out for a better 5'8". That's probably where I'm thinking at the moment, but then I had a look at the 5'8s as well that are available, and there's not really too many that spark out that I need to jump on right now. Maybe a Samrani we could trade as well. I need to look into the back rowers a little bit, but we've got a pretty good star-studded starting back row. Keon, Carrigan, Kickow. Maybe someone a little bit better to back up for the origin period. We got Hubner there. He's on the bench, but he still scores quite well, tackles everything. Loka Pacifica Tonga we could trade over the next few weeks as well. We might even look to trade Watson at some point, but it depends on the Roosters and how many buys they have left. I think they only have this week left for the buy, and then they're sweet, or they might have one more after. Don't hold me to that. I need to look at the schedules there. But yeah, look, I'm in a pretty good position. It's going to be a pretty boring episode. No trades. The trades I'm looking at, I think the big one for me would be Lycan King Tonga. To get him out, I just feel like we could get a better 5'8", and opportunities with break evens and obviously price changes, things like that might present itself with a nice one, or there might be another cheapie out there as well. We've made some pretty good dosh on Lycan King Tonga as well. He's up to 329k, so he's got up 130k since we bought him. So we have made some decent dosh on him. We might look to trade him as the weeks go on. Let us know what you think, guys. I like my team and how it's looking. It should come up on screen at one point if it didn't come up earlier in the episode. But make sure to subscribe if you want any more of that SuperCoach content. rugby league content. We do all sorts of things. As I said, breaking bread. We do our news show as well, reacting to all the big news around the NRL with my mate Isaac Issa, who is a journo for Zero Tackle. We do that with him. We also do a bunch of other fun content, and there's more stuff coming soon as well, especially with Origin 3 coming up around the corner. Selections coming up soon as well. Plus, obviously, some other great content coming soon as well. Doing a bit of a halfway through the year look-in, and I won't sort of go into specifics as to what that's going to look like, but you'll find out very, very soon. It might be very, very similar, or at least an expansion on one of the reels I posted on the Instagram. So go and follow to find out. Big LEZ'S League _ is the Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Get all over it. We'll see you guys in the next one.